Ever wonder how someone can go from being a chess prodigy to a philosophy student and then become one of the most powerful and controversial billionaires in Silicon Valley? This is the story of Peter Thiel, a man who consistently bets against the crowd and wins. Born in Frankfurt, Germany, Thiel's family moved to the United States when he was just a toddler. From a young age, he was exceptionally bright. He became a US-rated chess master by the age of 12, a testament to his strategic mind. But he wasn't just about logic and games. He went on to study philosophy at Stanford University, where he co-founded the Stanford Review, a conservative and libertarian newspaper. This was the first glimpse of his contrarian nature, challenging the prevailing campus culture. After Stanford, he earned a law degree and even clerked for a federal judge. He seemed on a conventional path to success. He landed a job at a prestigious Manhattan law firm, but he found the work utterly unfulfilling. He famously said that from the outside, everyone wanted to get in, and from the inside, everyone wanted to get out. He lasted just 7 months before realizing this life wasn't for him. He felt trapped, a cog in a machine. This dissatisfaction was the spark that ignited his journey into the world of tech and finance. Returning to California, Thiel started trading derivatives. But his big break came in 1998. He gave a talk at Stanford, and a young programmer named Max Levchin approached him afterward. Levchin had a brilliant idea for a cryptography-based company. Thiel was intrigued. He invested $100,000 and they co-founded the company that would eventually become PayPal. Now, the early days of PayPal were anything but easy. They were burning through cash at an alarming rate, facing intense competition from a company called XCOM, founded by none other than Elon Musk. The dot-com bubble was bursting, and the pressure was immense. Instead of fighting each other to the death, they made a bold move. They merged. Thiel became the CEO of the combined entity. Under his leadership, PayPal navigated incredible challenges, from rampant fraud to internal conflicts. Thiel's philosophy was key. He focused on creating a strong, tight-knit company culture, which he later called the PayPal Mafia. He hired brilliant, driven people who shared a vision. They solved the fraud problem by developing innovative security systems, and they focused relentlessly on creating the best user experience. Their hard work paid off. In 2002, eBay acquired PayPal for a staggering $1.5 billion. Thiel's personal stake was worth about $55 million. He was 34 years old, and he had made it. But for Peter Thiel, this wasn't the end. It was just the beginning. With his newfound capital, he started a hedge fund called Contrarian Capital. But his most legendary move was yet to come. In 2004, a young Harvard student named Mark Zuckerberg was building a social network for college kids. Most investors saw it as a toy, a fad. They couldn't see how it would ever make money. But Thiel saw something different. He saw the potential for exponential growth. He understood the power of network effects better than almost anyone. He became Facebook's very first outside investor, writing a check for $500,000 for a 10% stake in the company. People thought he was crazy. But that $500,000 investment would eventually be worth over $1 billion. It remains one of the greatest venture capital investments in history. This is the core of Thiel's philosophy, which he later detailed in his famous book, 0 to 1. He isn't interested in competing. Competition, he argues, eats away at profits. Instead, he believes in creating monopolies, not the evil, price gouging kind, but monopolies that are so good at what they do that no one else can come close. Going from 0 to 1 means creating something entirely new, not just making a slightly better version of something that already exists. This thinking guided his next venture, Palantir Technologies. Co-founded in 2003, Palantir is a data analytics company that builds software for organizations like the CIA and the FBI to help them find patterns in massive datasets. It's secretive, powerful, and often controversial, tackling problems from counterterrorism to fraud detection. It's a classic Thiel company, solving a difficult, unique problem with cutting-edge technology. He also co-founded Founders Fund, a venture capital firm that embodies his contrarian spirit. They invest in ambitious, world-changing ideas that other investors are too scared to touch. Think companies like SpaceX, aiming to colonize Mars, and Airbnb, which completely disrupted the hotel industry. The fund's motto is literally, "We wanted flying cars. Instead, we got 140 characters." It's a call to dream bigger and build the future we were promised in science fiction. Thiel's journey hasn't been without controversy. His political views, his funding of the lawsuit that brought down Gawker Media, and the secretive nature of Palantir have made him a polarizing figure. He challenges norms not just in business, but in society as a whole. You might not agree with him, but it's impossible to ignore his impact. So, how did a philosophy student who hated being a lawyer become a billionaire who shapes the future? First, by thinking differently. He doesn't follow trends. He looks for what valuable truth very few people agree with him on. Second, he understands people. He built the PayPal Mafia, a network of talent that went on to found LinkedIn, YouTube, and Yelp. He invests in founders as much as he invests in ideas. And third, he has the courage to make massive, long-term bets based on his convictions, even when everyone else thinks he's wrong. From chess master to philosopher, from lawyer to tech mogul, Peter Thiel's life is a masterclass in strategic contrarian thinking. It's a story about the power of creating something new, of going from 0 to 1. It reminds us that sometimes the most successful path is the one that nobody else is on.